In today's NBA, I feel like too much players are hated on unfairly. A lot of people out here just hating on players for the stupidest reasons, whether it's because of their fans or if it's because of one action they did a few years ago or things like that. That kind of annoys me, so it led me to make this video where I'll be discussing some NBA players who I think are way too overhated for no reason. Before we get into the video, I ask you to drop a like on this video as it does help my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want daily NBA content. Also, if you want to help me reach my goal of 1,500 subscribers. Also, drop a comment on this video as I do respond to all of my comments. And I'm out. But quickly before we get into the video, I gotta show you this really quickly. This is the new diversion water bottle. It's basically a water bottle where you can put stuff like your keys, wallet, and other kind of small items like in your water bottle that will make you lose it way less. And it will also just help you to not have your pockets full and things like that. Click the link in my bio if you're interested, and into the video. The first player I want to discuss who I think is way too overhated is Russell Westbrook, who's now with the Los Angeles Lakers. I think we all know how hated Russell Westbrook is. There's literally people who hate this guy's guts and didn't even really do anything, because off the court he's a really nice player. He doesn't say too much controversial things. He helps out with the community, things like that. People mostly dislike him because of his play on the court, which is due to the fact that he's a player with a lot of flaws and he's a player who underperforms a lot in the postseason. His biggest weaknesses is his terrible basketball IQ, because sometimes he just makes some absolute boneheaded plays, and in the playoffs he hasn't shot over 40% from the field ever since Kevin Durant left in the series. So I definitely could see why people don't like Westbrook, but he's just hated on way too much. He's definitely one of the most hated players in the league, definitely top 5, and I honestly don't see why he's hated that much, because I feel like people don't respect him as an all-time great talent, which is exactly what he is. He made the triple-double a normal thing. Before Russell Westbrook, triple-doubles were a really big deal, but now that Russell Westbrook made it a big deal, when someone gets a triple-double, you're like, oh, nice, someone got a triple-double. But before, you would be like, oh my gosh, that guy got a triple-double, he's really good. But now it's just like a normal occurrence, you know what I mean? I feel like we all know at this point that Russ is a player who has a lot of weaknesses, but I feel like we gotta start appreciating his strengths way more than just focus on his weaknesses. Also, a big reason Russell Westbrook might not be liked that much is because his fans are very delusional. They like to rank him higher than he should be. They have overrated him for many years. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a Westbrook hater, but I have to admit multiple seasons he was overrated by his fans. Also, he was caught wearing a dress. Those could be some reasons why people dislike him, but I definitely think he shouldn't be as hated as much as he is. It's just kind of ridiculous. The second player we got to talk about is LeBron James. If we're being honest, LeBron is not only one of the most hated players in NBA history, but in sports history. And it's literally for the dumbest reason. The main reason people dislike LeBron is simply because he's great, if we're being honest. I don't think people actually hate LeBron's guts as much as they do just because he flops every once in a while and things like that. I think they hate him because he is very close to surpassing Michael Jordan, and he might have even surpassed Michael Jordan already, depending on who you talk to. And to a lot of people, that might rub them the wrong way because they want Michael Jordan to be the GOAT forever, and they don't feel like anyone else should surpass him. So, to name some other reasons why LeBron is hated, it's because he does flop a lot, I won't lie, but also some people think he started the super team trend. To be honest, if you think LeBron actually was the first person to start a super team, you're a big casual and I don't want to talk basketball with you. I could literally name 5 super teams that were there before LeBron made his own in Miami, and I think I will name some of them. Bill Russell's Boston Celtics were a super team. The 1980s, Philadelphia 76ers with Dr. J and all of them were a super team. The 73 and 9 Chicago Bulls were a super team. The 2008 Boston Celtics were a super team. And the 2004 Lakers were a super team. That's 5 super teams that I named right there before LeBron made his own. People like to say he created super teams just to discredit him. And when it comes to off of the basketball court, LeBron's one of the best athletes, as he's always donated. He even made a school and things like that. And another reason people might not like him is because he kind of gets political. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes he doesn't sound like the most intelligent at it, but at least he's trying to like share some positivity, make more people aware, which is a lot more than other players are doing. LeBron simply does not deserve the amount of hate he gets, and I'm not gonna lie, he's also one of the most loved athletes in like sports history, but he's also one of the most hated, and his haters are just a next level. Like, his haters have no life. They just wait on his Instagram ready to comment on his stuff. Literally any post about LeBron James will get a lot of hate in it. And I just feel like that's kind of ridiculous. But it's LeBron. He's been getting hate ever since he even came into the NBA. I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. The third player I want to discuss who was way too overhated is Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets. And honestly, I don't know why Kyrie Irving is so hated, man. I remember everyone like used to love Kyrie. He used to be everyone's favorite player. But now everyone just seems to hate him. The biggest reason people hate him is due to the fact that he has said some skeptical things off the court, and he has done some things that people may view as weird and odd, such as like when he was spraying his religion dust all over the court, and with certain Instagram posts he posts all the time, and with him recently now want to take the vaccine. But honestly, I feel like it's his choice, and what he's doing isn't really negative or impacting the team at a negative level. Besides him missing games, I don't think he should just be hated as much as he is now, because now people are just hating him deeper than basketball. I really don't think he's done anything wrong. He's just been living his life in his own particular way. I feel like people are forgetting how good of a player Kyrie Irving is. There's nothing really to dislike about him on the court because he literally has no weakness. Maybe his defense, but also I forgot to mention Boston fans kind of have a right to dislike him because of the way he left, saying that he was gonna stay, things like that. And then he like stepped on their logo last year in the postseason. But nonetheless, Kyrie should not be as hated as much as he is, because he literally is mainly hated just because he's different and because he's being himself. The fourth player I want to discuss is Rudy Gobert of the Utah Jazz. Gobert is really hated, and it's kind of random. I think the main reason people dislike Gobert, or at least the most popular reason people hate him, is because one of that time, like when COVID was still like coming around, he was like playing with the mic and like acting like COVID wasn't a big deal. Then he reportedly got one of his teammates sick. We still don't know, but it didn't look good. And to be honest, I don't even think that's the biggest reason people don't like him. I don't think people are just out here hating Gobert because he did that so long ago. I think it's because he got that huge contract and then Shaq was roasting him, and then like it was clear he didn't deserve that contract because it's one of the like 5 biggest in the whole NBA. And I just feel like people view him as a player with not a lot of skill, and for that reason they just decided to like make a hate train on him and things like that. Also, a lot of times in the playoffs he gets exposed and people hate on him for that. But honestly, I don't understand why people hate on Rudy Gobert. He's kind of like a random player to hate on, because outside of the COVID like incident, he hasn't really done much. I feel like he's just a really easy player to bully because he really doesn't have that much fans. So if you bully him, no one's gonna reply to you. Everyone's gonna agree with you. If I'm being honest, I think people hate on Gobert for the stupidest reason in the whole NBA. Not saying he's the most hated player in the NBA, but like there's literally okay, I guess maybe the COVID thing, but I don't know, man. I think Gobert is way too overhated. The fifth and final guy who I want to discuss, who was hated on a little bit too much in my opinion, is Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns. I would have thought after being the best player on a team that went all the way to the finals, Booker would have gained a lot of love and things like that. And yes, he did. A lot of people gained a lot of respect for Booker and saw how great of a talent he was, but it seemed like along with that, he got a lot of hate. And honestly, I don't know why. He played pretty good overall in his playoff run. Yeah, he had a few bad stretches and things like that, but overall he played good, even in the NBA Finals. For a couple of years now, it's been like a kind of like a debate about who's better, him and Donovan Mitchell. In my opinion, I think it's Donovan Mitchell. Whenever I see like an Instagram post about it and like people like mixed on the opinion, people are just constantly slandering the heck out of Devin Booker, whereas they're not roasting Donovan Mitchell at all. I don't think they should roast Donovan Mitchell. He hasn't done anything wrong, but I don't really know what Booker has done wrong. Like, he's not like some guy who says crazy things off the court, and on the court I don't see him do anything crazy. I just feel like when players get a lot of success, people just start to hate on them, and I feel like that's the way with Booker, because I guarantee you he was not being called overrated and just getting all this hate before he went all the way to the NBA Finals. But But to conclude the video, I know there's going to be a lot of people who are questioning why other players are not on this list. To be honest, I could only fit so much players, but if this video does pretty well, I'll make a part 2, so make sure to subscribe for that. But nonetheless, I don't think any player should be getting as much hate as they do in the NBA. At the end of the day, it's just a sport and they're humans. But you can dislike a player, nothing wrong with that. If a guy drops 60 points on my team, kicks them out the playoffs, I'm not gonna like that player either. But some people just take it way too far, and I feel like these players in particular haven't really done enough to deserve as much hate as they get. No player does. I think you know what I mean. Yeah. Anyways guys, that's it for the video. Let me know what players you think should be on this list. Drop a like on this video, that will my channel grow. Subscribe to my channel if you want daily NBA content. Also, if you want to reach my goal of 1,500 subscribers. Also drop a comment on this video as I do respond to all of my comments. And I'm out.